It's still hard to explain to people what happened the night my parents kicked me out of my own home. In short, they chose my brother. But the long version, that's a story about how sometimes the worst thing someone does to you ends up being the best thing that could have happened. Growing up, my parents loved to say that my brother and I were one family, two halves of a whole, equal opportunities. But in reality, the only thing equal was how often they praised him. My younger brother, Ethan, the golden child with the angelic face and the uncanny ability to always be the victim. He got the newest stuff, the sports camps, the music lessons, the "oh wow, honey, you're so talented" speeches. Meanwhile, I was the older one, the one who should understand, the one who shouldn't distract Ethan from his practices. Even my grandma once whispered to me, "Kiddo, hang in there. You're on your own in this house." She wasn't wrong. When I turned 19, I got accepted into a good state university, on a scholarship, by the way. But instead of being proud, my parents treated it like an inconvenience. Who'll pay for gas? Who'll cover books? Why can't you just do the community college nearby? Meanwhile, Ethan had just gotten serious about his music career. Naturally, all the attention and money rerouted to him. The final straw came after one of his big competitions. He lost and blamed me. "You took the car on purpose. I was late to rehearsal," he screamed. Never mind that I had borrowed the car with my mom's permission, but I guess it was easier for her to forget that than admit Ethan wasn't perfect. That evening, they called a family meeting. I walked in and saw a suitcase, my suitcase. "We think," my dad started, "that it's time for you to live on your own," my mom finished. "You're creating tension in the house. Ethan needs to focus. He has a future." Ethan stood behind them, smirking, like he'd just won some kind of prize. That first night, I crashed on a friend's dorm couch. I wanted to cry, but honestly, I felt something strange, relief. Like I'd finally been pulled out of quicksand I had mistaken for normal life. I got a job, studied hard, saved every cent. Slowly, life started getting better. I landed a part-time gig at a tiny tech startup. At first, I cleaned the office. 3 months later, I was writing documentation. A bit after that, actual code. The CEO believed in me more than my parents ever did. For the first time, I thought, I can do something. I can be someone. And then I met Lauren, the girl who handed me a free coffee because you look like you've had a rough day. She became the start of what I now call my rebirth arc. 2 years later, I had a full-time job at a major company, a nice apartment, real friends, real support, and most importantly, no fear hanging over my head. Then one day, my mom called, crying. "Sweetie, Ethan got kicked out of his music program. He didn't get into any other schools. Your dad's health is getting worse. We need help. Please come home. We're still a family." In movies, this is where the dramatic slow motion begins. I went. Not out of guilt, but because I needed closure. Everything looked the same, except my parents were older, tired, drained, and Ethan, angrier. He didn't even say hello. "I know you're here to brag," he snapped. "You think you're better than me now." My parents stayed silent, waiting for me to swallow it like always. But I wasn't that kid anymore. "Look," I said, "you kicked me out for him. You said I ruined the family, but look where that got you. You made him the center of the universe. You never let him fail. And now, he doesn't know how to deal with life." Ethan flew off the couch. "You don't know anything. It's been hard for me." "It was hard for me too," I said calmly. "I just didn't expect the world to bend for me." For the first time ever, my parents looked at Ethan like he was an actual person, not a trophy. I helped my dad get into a clinic, recommended a therapist for my mom, gave Ethan some advice about finding a job. But living there again? Absolutely not. "I'm not coming back," I said. I chose myself, and that was the best decision I ever made. I drove back to my own apartment, where Lauren was waiting with dinner and the kind of warmth I'd never gotten from the people who were supposed to love me. 6 months later, my mom texted me, "I think about how we treated you every day. I'm sorry. If you ever want to start over, I'd like that." I don't know if start over is really possible, but I said yes, because when you finally choose yourself, There's room in your heart for forgiveness too. My parents kicked me out for their golden child, but that was the catalyst that pushed me into the life I actually deserved. And if someone's reading this thinking, they don't appreciate me either, remember this. Sometimes the door that slams you out is actually the one that frees you.